Being woken to the spiritual warrior woman I always had slumbering away inside didn't always come in stride. So I'm going to take you back to a time when I played victim during what I wish was pretend, my father being the villain, and my brother being the sidekick in this all too surreal game not intended for children. And adversity's side effects waste no time in making an entrance when it comes to sexual abuse. Thus began my boundless journey to find my way back to the little girl that needed me when my premature lizard brain and consciousness abandoned her. Yet through all these absences, my heart never left. Not during the times I lost my voice when I wanted to speak up, not when my beliefs were stunned, not when I was so angry I'd use my head as a drumming stick echoing sounds of guilt and shame to remain in the thick air I tried to breathe through. Not when I was a walking Plato set being molded into whatever was in that season. Not when I dove into a swimming pool of drugs and alcohol until I was shriveled and drained. Not when I labeled toxic people as friends, and not even when I secluded myself from the hearts of others that kept knocking to get let in. No matter how microscopic, there was always a particle of positivity floating around somewhere, keeping me alive into the next day, even when my brain spent so much time storming up how simple it would be to simply not be. There is no one solid way to find your brave, to wipe the dust off your core. If you were to look in just one foreign place, have that one experience, finish one more drink, one more Netflix episode, or splurge on that guilty pleasured sugary snack, human forms alike, you'd still end up getting foggy-eyed and wondering why. You become engulfed in one thing, hoping it'll bring solace to a dark hole swirling inside you. Until one day you learn to be still. And you revisit with that old voice of yours who's been patiently awaiting your return. And at this point, mountains begin moving inside you, and you switch your frequency to a state of allowance, where the universe works with and for you. See, this is where your Big Bang is born. You do know you're made of star stuff, don't you? So basically magic. So for my act today, I will demonstrate how you reclaim your power of mind control. Disclaimers are as follows. Now, we can't stop Doug from patronizing and insisting he tell us with every breath how dapper he is, and that he just so happens to be a master of all trades. Literally, all of them. And no, Sally sadly won't stop telling her never-ending nightmare about how no one ever does anything right, aka abides to her own agenda, and other various shit-talking festivities. So, time to break out the wands I placed under your seats and wave them away from existence. I'm just kidding. The spell for that one was lost eons ago. So the reality of it is, we alone can't change anyone's behavior, nor the plot of our past. And while you inevitably will get irritated, you can drastically decrease the amount of time spent on things you simply cannot change and did not serve your higher good, or anyone's really. Calculate how much time you spend nagging, wishing, nitpicking, raging, bathing in toxicity, boiling blood, or being stuck in someone else's mud. Now take that, and let's say you use the energy towards, I don't know, something that brings you joy maybe, but I get that everyone's hobbies are different. I'm talking to the ones who are willing to look past their circumstances, no matter how dreadful the storyline is. The ones that notice by controlling the flexible and politely passing by the currently cemented, you begin to inhale a little smoother. And exhaling now becomes a way for you to release any emotional baggage you've been toting around. What happened to me as a child cannot be altered, but I can tailor how I heal and deal with it, ultimately leading me to a life where I expand exponentially while simultaneously serving others. Your external environment will always bring pollution, and I get that some of us are extra sensitive to the chemicals that get released. But you choose your internal setting when you nurture it in accordance with a combination of cognitive exercises, some silence, directional intention, self-loving up on your bod, and the soul that's living rent-free, healthy spoon-feeding of nutrients, experience support, and extra doses of laughter. And if you playfully make fun of yourself first, no one can beat you to it, so just a pro tip. Add some emotional strength training, and you can get your mind friggin' ripped and equipped with all the tools to take on the human experience. You are now the magician in control of your own mind, and handle adversity in a proactive way versus your old knee-jerking kicks when the past taps you. Because I was brave, I found my way. And tomorrow that path might change, but I know that we all will too.